Hi everyone, my name is Melanie. I'm a fourth year student at Queen's, and today I'm going to do a brief walkthrough of how to navigate SOLUS and how to search for classes on SOLUS as we approach course registration. The first thing I'm going to do is go to my.queensu.ca, and up here on the left I'm going to click on SOLUS, and it's going to bring me to the main page for SOLUS. The first thing that's important to look at right now on SOLUS is your enrollment appointment. So here on the right, I'm going to click on details, and it's going to bring me to this page. And under this table, enrollment appointments, I can see that my specific appointment is on August 17th at 2:20 p.m. Everyone will have a specific time in 10-minute increments. And if you're a first-year student, your enrollment appointment will be on August 12th. If you're a fourth-year student like me, your appointment will be on August 17th. If you're a third-year student, your appointment will be on August 19th. And if you're a second-year student, your appointment will be on August 24th. So the key thing to remember here is that as a first-year student, your appointment is going to be a whole week before mine on August 12th. And you should definitely come here to check the specific time. I recommend that you do register right at the specific time you are given. So I'm going to go up to the top here and navigate back to the main page of SOLUS. And I'm now going to search for some classes. So how I'm going to do that is up here on the left, I'm going to click on search. And it's going to bring me to this search page. The first thing I'm going to change is the term. It's going to default to 2020 summer right now. But if you're looking for courses that start in September, you're going to want to change it to 2020 fall. And if you're looking for courses that start in January, you're going to want to select 2020 winter. And finally, if you're looking for classes that go from September until April and are full year or 6-unit courses, a good place to start is 2020 fall to find the first half of the course. So I'm going to go ahead and click 2020 fall. And now I'm going to need to change some search criteria down here. The first thing is the subject. So I'm going to look for the department or subject area I'm looking for the course in. And what I'm looking for is Psych 100, Psychology 100, the first year class. I'm going to scroll all the way down to P and find Psychology. I'm going to click that. And now I'm going to change the course number. So it's going to default to exactly. I like to change it to contains. And then when I'm searching for first year classes, I like to just enter a 1. And what that's going to do is it's going to filter out most of upper year courses and just show you options for first years for the most part. The next thing that's really important, especially this year, and I know can be really confusing right now, is actually changing the course career. So there's 2 possible options for us in arts and science. The first is going to be undergraduate. And what undergraduate means is it's usually courses that are offered in person, classes that you attend in person on campus in Kingston, Ontario. This year, it's a little bit confusing because, of course, we are doing remote delivery for all of our classes. So every class we enroll in right now is actually going to take place online. However, if it's a class that would be held in person, if not for the current COVID-19 pandemic, you actually still need to select undergraduate. And that's because this is a course that should be happening in person, but isn't because of the current pandemic. The other option is Undergraduate Online, and that is courses that are run by Arts and Science Online and are actually supposed to be an online course whether COVID-19 was happening or not. So Undergraduate Online is really only for true online courses, not for courses that are only being offered online because of COVID-19. So because Psych 100 is a course that would be in person, if not for COVID-19, I'm going to leave it as undergraduate for now. I'm going to leave it at main campus, and I'm going to leave the mode of instruction blank. This down here, this box that's checked, show open classes only. What that means is that it's only going to show me classes that have space available for registration. So at this point, if this box is checked, it doesn't really matter because no one has registered yet, so all courses are going to have space available. But if you were looking to switch courses or add a course, maybe later on in August or even in September, you would likely want to uncheck this box so that all courses will come up and you'll be able to see if a class has space or not, or is maybe full and unfortunately doesn't have space for anyone else to join. But for now, I'm going to leave that checked. And this is all of the search criteria I'd like to enter, so I'm going to go ahead and click search. Okay, so it's found Psych 100A for me. The A means that it has found the fall portion of this course. There is Psych 100B, which is the winter portion of the course. And what's important with courses that are coded as AB is that you do need to take both A and B. So a course that is AB means it's 6 units and it goes from September to April. And in order to receive credit for that course, you do need to take both halves of it to make the full course. And something else that's interesting with Psych 100 is that it's a lecture course, so we can see the first 4 sections here come up as LEC, L-E-C, which means lecture, but there's also a lab component to Psych 100, and that's what these LAB codes are down here. They're labs. And with any course that has both a lecture and lab component, you do need to enroll in both. You can't enroll in just one, because both are required to complete the course successfully. The other thing that's interesting here that's coming up is that the dates and times and room all say TBA. So there's 2 possible things that SOLUS might be showing you right now. It might say TBA, like it does here, or it might say TBA 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. And that also means the same thing as TBA. So the arts and science faculty has kind of inputted it as both, but they both mean the same thing. And that means essentially that there is no live session for this course this year. It means that the course through online instruction will be more of a work at your own pace course. It's being offered asynchronously, so there are no live times every week that you need to be online for. There might be 1 or 2 here or there, but there is not an appointed weekly meeting time for this course. And you're going to see that with a lot of courses as you're navigating through SOLUS. So I'm going to click back to modify search, and that's going to bring me back to my search page here. And I'm going to search for a different course. Right now I want to search for Anatomy 100, which is another really popular course for first years at Queen's. And that's going to be under the subject of anatomy and cell biology. So I'm going to select that there. I'm going to leave my course number at contains 1. And under course career, I'm actually going to switch this time to Undergraduate Online. And why I'm switching is because I know that Anat 100 is a course that is always held online, and it is run by the Department of Arts and Science online. So it's a course that is meant to be online, it's structured to be delivered online, and it would be held online whether or not we were currently in a pandemic. So that's why I've switched to Undergraduate Online. I'm still going to leave campus as main. I'm still going to leave mode of instruction blank. And for right now, it's still fine to leave this box checked. So I'm now going to go ahead and press search. And SOLUS has found Anat 100, Anatomy of the Human Body, for me. Another thing that indicates to me here that this is an undergraduate online course that is offered from Arts and Science Online specifically is that the section begins with 700. And all online courses that are truly meant to be an online course will have 700 as the beginning of the course code, and then they'll usually have ONL, which means online. Again, with this course, we can see that the days and times are TBA, and again, that means that this course is being offered asynchronously, which means there are no live sessions or times that you have to be online every week. It's going to be more of work at your own pace. So I'm going to go back to modify search again, and I'm going to actually switch terms now, and I'm going to search for a course in winter semester, which is courses starting in January. So I'm going to go ahead and click 2021 winter. And when you switch terms, it does clear all of your search criteria and it sets it back to the defaults. So I will need to pick my subject again, and this time I'm going to look for a history course. I'm going to pick history. And again, it defaults to is exactly, but I like to go to contains and put a 1 because I'm searching for first year classes right now. And then I happen to know that all courses being offered for first year history are usually held in person, so I'm going to leave this as undergraduate. I'm going to leave it as main, and I'm going to leave all of this down here as well. I'm going to go ahead and click search and see what it finds for me. So it says it's found 16 sections. If I scroll down, we can see that it's identified some upper year history courses that happen to have a 1 in them, but it has filtered and put the first year courses at the top for me, which is nice. And I think I'm going to be interested in taking History 106, The Making of Modern Europe. And there's a couple of things that I want to point out in specific for this course. The first thing is that, again, we can see this is a 2-component course. There's a lecture section, which is indicated here, and there's also an actual seminar, which is associated with this course as well. So just like with Psych 100, it is required that you enroll in both components of this course, and SOLUS will prompt you to do that if you do not. The other thing that's interesting about History 106 is we can actually see that this has a synchronous time. So there's actually going to be a time associated with this course each week, and that is an appointed meeting time when students in this course will be required to log in and participate in a class in one form or another. And that shows up as TBA Wednesday 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So I know it still says TBA here, but the fact that there's an actual time after it tells me that there's actually going to be a live session at this time. And this is a nice early 8:30 class as well. So the other thing down here is the seminar. It doesn't have a time yet, but I'm certain that in a scenario like this, the instructor will communicate times and any applicable information to you after you've registered. If I wanted to go ahead and add History 106 to my shopping cart, I'm going to go ahead and click select. And the nice thing about this is I have mentioned a couple times that with a 2-component course, you need to register for both the seminar and the lab as well as the lecture. And now that I've clicked select next to the seminar, SOLUS has actually prompted me to enroll in the lecture as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click this box here. I see that I'm registering for a lecture at Wednesday 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And now I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now, it's telling me that I've already added this to my shopping cart, which is true because I've already gone through this once and looked at this course. So for right now, I'm going to click cancel and go back. But I can now click into my shopping cart up here and see that History 106 is in my shopping cart along with a few other things. So we can see I also have History 105 and Law 206, both of which are TBA. That means they're asynchronous and there's no appointed meeting times for this course. But I have these 3 English courses up here as well as History 106, which are all synchronous and have indicated the meeting times for me. I'm going to navigate back to the main menu and just quickly show where to find your shopping cart from the main page. And that's going to be up here at Enrollment Shopping Cart. So I'm going to click here. And it's going to ask me what term I'd like to look at. I'm going to pick 2021 winter because that's where I have the history course added. And it's going to show me all of the classes that I have added to my shopping cart. So if I wanted to go ahead and make sure that there were no conflicts or any issues with me taking these classes, I'm going to go ahead and select them all. I'm going to leave law unselected because I have too many things in my shopping cart right now. You would likely have about 5 courses. So I'm going to go down here and click validate. And it's going to tell me that all of the classes I'm in are okay to add, which is great. No conflicts at all. If I go back to my shopping cart and I select everything again, and I'm going to select all 6 this time, it's going to tell me here that History 106 there's an issue with. And there's a few different issues that can come up. It could be that 2 classes conflict in their times and are at the same time. It could be that you don't have the prerequisite for a class. So if you're a first-year student and you add anything starting with a 2 or higher, it will likely tell you you're missing prerequisites. Or, like in my case, it's saying that I've taken too many units for this term, so I'm actually not allowed to enroll in this extra course. I need to only enroll in 5 courses. Okay? And that's indicated by this error message, and it's giving me the red X. I'm going to go back to my shopping cart. If I wanted to actually enroll in classes, let's say it's the day of my enrollment appointment, I'm going to again select the classes I'd like to enroll in, and I'm just going to do the first 5 I have here. and I'm going to click down here on enroll. Now right now it's going to give me this error and tell me that I do not have a valid enrollment appointment time, but if it was the day and time of my enrollment appointment, it would take me on to a subsequent page and I would go through the enrollment process. So this has been a brief overview of how to search for some classes in SOLUS and what some of the different search criteria means, especially right now. I hope it's been helpful, and I wish everyone luck with course registration. If you have any questions, I recommend that you reach out to Arts and Science and ask to be put in touch with an academic advisor. Good luck, everyone.